Hey, hi, hello, and welcome to this video on robot architecture in the domain of artificial intelligence. In this video, we are going to look into artificial intelligence and how it is implemented in robotics and various differences between the artificial intelligence and robots and all other things in this video. First, let me introduce myself. I am B. Sam Daniel Raj from First MCAD Bishop College, Trichy, and I am going to delivering this lecture. In this video, we are going to see 5 main things. The first thing is the basic definition of robotics, and let us explore what is robotics. Then we'll move on to the difference between what is a robot and what is an AI, that is an artificial intelligence. Then we'll go into the architecture and how a robot is built and what are all the components of a robot, etc. Then we'll go into the topic of how artificial intelligence is being implemented in robotics. And finally, we are going to see the application of robotics in the wide world. First, what is robotics? Before going deep into any topic, we should first know what the topic is about. So let us see what is robotics. A robot is a machine that looks like a human and is capable of performing out-of-the-box actions and replicating certain human movements automatically by means of commands given to it using programming. This is what the textbook says. So a robot is a fully autonomous machine that does some work in a physical world. So a robot is a physical entity that does some work and makes things easier for human beings. Some of the examples of these robots is given as the drug compounding robot, automatic industry robots, order picking robots, industrial floor scrubbers, and sage automation gantry robots, etc. These are just some of the examples of robots. Next, we will move on to the basic differences between artificial intelligence and robots. The first main difference between an AI and a robot is AI works on a computer simulated world. That is, it works on a software setup. It is inside a machine. AI is fully inside a machine, whereas robots operate in real physical world. It does work in a real physical world. AI programs are developed using machine learning techniques and other things. Here we are programming these things using simple programming languages to make them do some works like picking up something, dropping something, drawing something like that. These are the basic things that are being done by robots, while AI programs perform complex calculation, other things like that. The input to an AI program is in symbols and rules, like the knowledge representation form. It is inputted in like that forms in an AI, while the inputs to a robots is in like an analog signal, right, in the form of speech or waveform or images. It just uses these data from the real world and takes it in and then processes it to do according to the command. So also an AI needs a general purpose computers to operate on, while the robots need special hardware with sensors and effectors and all the other things that are making them move and work in a real world problems. So these are the basic differences between an artificial intelligence and the robots. So let us jump right into the basic part and the most important part of this video, that is the architecture of a robots, right? The robot architecture. The robot architecture, or how a robot is built upon with these 7 blocks, the 7 main blocks that is being used to build a robot. The first and foremost thing that is being used is a power supply. The robots are powered by batteries, solar power, hydraulic or pneumatic power sources. Every electronic thing needs power to run, right? So we need a power supply to run any robots as well. Actuators are something that convert this energy into movement. They are like engines, right? They convert the energy from these batteries and other power sources, and they convert it into physical or kinetic movements, right? Then we use the electric motors in both alternate current or direct current or whatever current, but we use electric motors that are required for all the rotational movements, which enable the robots to do complex work related things. And also we need pneumatic air muscles, like it is like a balloon like thing that contracts almost 40% when the air is sucked into it. And it also uses muscle wires. They contract by 5% when electric current is passed to them. These are two types of muscle wires and muscle things that are used for the movement, like for the hand like things or leg like things, or for the movement things. These are the things that aid them fully. So the next thing is we use is a piezoelectric motors or ultrasonic motors. This is best used in industrial uses, industrial use robots. Like when we use robots in industries to pick up heavy things, and also to avoid things, to carry things around industry, around the factory and all, we need some ultrasonic motors to see what is in front of it, to sense what is in front of it. Also, we use various sensors. Sensors are the main part in any IoT or AI alike. And also in robotics, sensors are very important. There are many sensors like GPS sensors, proximity sensors, sound sensors, light sensors, etc. etc. There are many types of sensors, and they provide the knowledge of real-time information on the task environment. Sensors provide what we can call as a consciousness, right? What is the awareness of the environment is given by these sensors. Robots are equipped with vision sensors to be compute the depth of the environment, and also a tactile sensor which imitates the mechanical properties of touch receptors of human fingertips. So these are some types of sensors that are being used, and there are many sensors that are being used in the architecture of a robot. So these are the seven main and seven important things that are needed to build a robot. This is how a robot is architectured. So now let us move on to the next thing. That is how we use artificial intelligence, how we employ artificial intelligence in robotics. The first thing is computer vision, right? Robots can also see, and this is possible by one of the most popular AI technology named computer vision. Computer vision plays a crucial role in all industries, right? In like healthcare, in entertainment, in medical, military, mining, etc. In every walk, this computer vision is very important. Computer vision is an important domain in artificial intelligence that helps in not only extracting meaningful information from like images or what is in front of them, and visual inputs, videos, and take action according to this. This is what computer vision is all about. It is seeing something and reacting to it. This uses cameras and other sensors for this computer vision. The next one, how AI is employed is in through natural language processing, that is shortly called as NLP. It can be used to give voice commands to AI robots. We can see in a Google Assistant or other things, right? The Google Assistants can be embedded into robots, and also other natural language processing softwares can be embedded into robots, and the robots can understand what we speak. It processes what we speak and then acts accordingly. So natural language, this is a very important thing that is nowadays being implemented. It creates a strong human robot interaction. It is a specific area of artificial intelligence that enables the communication between humans and robots, right? Through this NLP technique, the robot can understand and reproduce human language. Some robots are equipped with NLP so that we can't differentiate between humans and robots. The main example of this type of robots is Sophia, which is developed in Middle East countries. It is looks exactly like a human being and talks like a human being. It also responds to a human being exactly. Similarly, in the healthcare sector, robots are powered by NLPs, may help the doctors to observe the patient details and automatically fill in electronic hospital reports and other things and all. Besides recognizing this human language, it can also learn the common users using machine learning techniques such as the accent and how the natural languages or the regional languages, etc. And this is also used to predict how humans speak. The next thing is edge computing. Edge computing in robots is defined something like a service provider of robot in the fields of integration, testing, design, and simulation. These are some of the places where edge computing is used. Edge computing in robotics provides a better data management, lower connectivity costs, better security practices, more reliable and uninterrupted connection. So this is how edge computing is being employed in robotics. Next, we can see how transfer learning is employed in robotics. A transfer learning is just a technique that is used to solve any real world problems, right? Any real world problem that is with the help. It's not automatic process. With the help of other programmed things. That is also, it also references other problems that are being already been solved. In this transfer learning technique, knowledge gained from one problem can be employed to solve another problem. This can be implemented again and again and again, and this is called transferring of the knowledge, and is also called as a transfer learning. We can understand it with an example such as model used for identifying a circle shape can also be used to identify a square shape. Right? If it is not as if we identify a circle using AI, we can say if it is like this circle, it is not a square, right? So using these type of things to cross out things, this is this and this is not this. So these are the types in which we are implementing transfer learning in robotics. Next is complex event process, that is called as CEP. It is a concept that helps us understand the processing of multiple events that are being employed all over the best example for CEP is the automated cars, right? Automatic cars like in Tesla and other things, we are seeing automatic cars with self-driving cars. Here we are not only seeing straight, the camera is not only seeing straight for if the road is clear, it is also seeing at the back, it is seeing at the right side, seeing at the left side, and seeing all around it. It is also computing how fast the next vehicle is approaching it in all the directions, and how it should respond at each and every situation, and computes a perfect way. It is a complex problem. It computes all these complex events and makes a decision upon it in a matter of milliseconds and drives it automatically. This is a very fascinating field, and it's a very fascinating artificial intelligence that is being employed in many things, and it is a complex thing like the name goes itself. The last one is mixed reality. So we all are aware of the metaverse, virtual reality, augmented reality, and all these things. So this is how reality plays. This is how artificial intelligence is used in robotics to give the robots the power to sense the reality. It uses its power to sense, to be aware of the real environment in which it is placed. So it is also an emerging domain. It is mainly used in the field of programming by demonstration, right? So in to demonstrate something to a robot to make it learn, we should place it somewhere where the environment is suitable for it to learn, right? So PBD, that is the programming and demonstration, creates a prototyping mechanism for the algorithms that are being employed behind the scenes in this mixed reality. It's also using a combination of physical and virtual objects like the augmented reality. So this is how mixed reality is used in robotics. Lastly, we can see about the application of robotics in the wide world. So there are a wide range of applications of robotics. We can see robots everywhere around us, day-to-day basis, right? So the first place where you can normally see robots is in the industries. Here the robots are used for handling materials, cutting, welding, color coding, drilling, polishing, and many other works that are being used in industries. It's also mainly used to guide things, right? To guide, to pick up a heavy object, to pick up anything, to sense an object, and also labeling things. These are all the things that are being done by robots, and it's fully automated in industries right now. We also see the application of robotics in militaries. So in militaries, there are many dangerous places, many inaccessible places which can be accessed by robots, if not by human personnel, right? So during war times, we are employing drones and unmanned things that are going around, flying around, and doing all the activities of the military. A robot, for example, the robot named Daksh, which is developed by the DRDO, is in function to destroy life-threatening objects safely. It also removes bombs that are placed anywhere before it is explodes, and saves many lives. So this is an important thing. This is also gives us the progress of war nature in the future, where no human lives will be lost, but still war may be going on between the robots of one country and another country, or one state of people and another state of people. The robots will do the war. There is nothing about the human life in there. So this is a way of reducing human life, but also going into war. Though I am fully in support of peace, this is something that is happening in the real world, and that is why I'm sharing it here. So in the domain of medicine, robots are capable of carrying out hundreds of clinical tests simultaneously. Like I told you in a CEP, that is a complex event processing. Robots can process millions and billions of data at a single times, right, at the single time. Okay, so they run many tests rehabilitating permanently disabled people. They help the disabled people to move, the like robotic arms, we can see robotic prosthetic legs, robotic legs, robotic even bionic eyes are now being employed everywhere. These are just robots that are being replaced as a human body parts, right? They also be used in a complex surgery such as brain tumor surgery or a heart surgery, where a single small mistake might risk the life of the patient totally, right? So there these robots which are pre-programmed to execute perfectly are being employed to avoid any loss of life and any other mishappening that might happen there. So in the next one is an important one, that is in the field of exploration. Robot rock climbers are used for space exploration, right? We have already seen in the news that the robotic helicopter that is being used in a Mars exploration. There are many rovers which are 100% robots that are being exploring the planetary surface and the planet and looking for life outside Earth in Mars. There are also many satellites which are also robots, right? Robots are not only something that moves in the land and we can interact directly. These are also satellites, and other rovers and probes are also types of robots that are being sent into space and sent into deep sea, where people cannot go easily, where people cannot be sent easily to explore them. So we are using robots to explore those things, and it also analyzes data more effectively than a human being can, right? So it collects all the data, all types of data from at a single time, and processes it and then sends it back for analyzation. So this is where exploration prospects of robotics comes in. Lastly but not the leastly, the entertainment business. So we can see in entertainment business, we can see robots everywhere, right? Disney is a prime example of using robots. The Disney's engineers have created hundreds of robots for movie making. We can also see robots being used in all the CGI programs, and also other things in movies, in entertainment, in music industries, and even video streaming industries. We are seeing uh, robots in there. The robots, you can also see that why they are asking confirm you are not a robot in some form filling type of questions in a website. We can see, right? Automated things cannot happen, can happen in automated way, but only human things can think of something. The bridge between AI and human beings are closing very fast, so that the tick can easily be done by robots itself in nowadays. But this is some of the ways to safeguard the identity. There are many problems that comes with robotics being human like humanoid robots and other artificially intelligent robots, that the gap is closing very fast. But it might lead to some legal disputes and also identity disputes in the future, which should be met with earlier itself, right? So this is all about this video. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and make sure if you have any questions to contact me using the mail ID I have given here. Also contact me through Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, or any social media you can find me in. And the credits of this template goes to Slides Go, and also I have used icons from Flat Icon and Free Pick. Thank you guys. Thank you for listening.